The problem with the world is that the intelligent people are full of doubts, while the stupid ones are full of confidence. An intellectual says a simple thing in a hard way. An artist says a hard thing in a simple way. If you're losing your soul and you know it, then you've still got a soul left to lose. Real loneliness is not necessarily limited to when you are alone. I loved you like a man loves a woman he never touches, only writes to, keeps little photographs of. Being alone never felt right. Sometimes it felt good, but it never felt right. The free soul is rare, but you know it when you see it, basically because you feel good, very good, when you are near or with them. Boring damned people. All over the earth. Propagating more boring damned people. What a horror show. The earth swarmed with them. A love like that was a serious illness, an illness from which you never entirely recover. Of course it's possible to love a human being if you don't know them too well. Poetry is what happens when nothing else can. I remember awakening one morning and finding everything smeared with the color of forgotten love. People with no morals often considered themselves more free, but mostly they lacked the ability to feel or love. I stopped looking for a dream girl, I just wanted one that wasn't a nightmare. There is a loneliness in this world so great that you can see it in the slow movement of the hands of a clock. You begin saving the world by saving one man at a time, all else is grandiose romanticism or politics. There is always one woman to save you from another, and as that woman saves you she makes ready to destroy. We are like roses that have never bothered to bloom when we should have bloomed, and it is as if the sun has become disgusted with waiting. Things get bad for all of us, almost continually, and what we do under the constant stress reveals who/what we are. And yet good women frightened me because they eventually wanted your soul, and what was left of mine, I wanted to keep. Nothing is worse than to finish a good shit, then reach over and find the toilet paper container empty. Even the most horrible human being on earth deserves to wipe his ass. I don't know about other people, but when I wake up in the morning and put my shoes on, I think, Jesus Christ, now what? It was better for me when I could imagine greatness in others, even if it wasn't always there. The courage it took to get out of bed each morning to face the same things over and over was enormous. The best thing about the bedroom was the bed. I liked to stay in bed for hours, even during the day with covers pulled up to my chin. It was good in there, nothing ever occurred in there, no people, nothing. Some people like what you do, some people hate what you do, but most people simply don't give a damn. Those faces you see every day on the streets were not created entirely without hope. Be kind to them, like you they have not escaped. They thought I had guts, they were wrong, I was only frightened of more important things. I've had so many knives stuck into me. When they hand me a flower I can't quite make out what it is. It takes time. Once a woman turns against you, forget it. They can love you, then something turns in them. They can watch you dying in a gutter, run over by a car, and they'll spit on you. Regret is mostly caused by not having done anything. There is a place in the heart that will never be filled, a space. And even during the best moments, and the greatest times, we will know it. If you are going to try, go all the way or don't even start. If you follow it, you will be alive with the gods. It is the only good fight there is. When nobody wakes you up in the morning, and when nobody waits for you at night, and when you can do whatever you want. What do you call it, freedom or loneliness? When a hot woman meets a hermit, one of them is going to change. I often stood in front of the mirror alone, wondering how ugly a person could get. People who believe in politics are like people who believe in God, they are sucking wind through bent straws. But now and then, a woman walks up, full blossom, a woman just bursting out of her dress, a sex creature, a curse, the end of it all. I think I need a drink. Almost everybody does, only they don't know it. I have one problem: I don't hate people. They disgust me and I want to get away from them. I do not have hatred. I have an escape mechanism. I never met another man I'd rather be. And even if that's a delusion, it's a lucky one. The difference between a democracy and a dictatorship is that in a democracy you vote first and take orders later. In a dictatorship you don't have to waste your time voting. I carry death in my left pocket. Sometimes I take it out and talk to it. Hello, baby, how you doing? When you come in for me, I'll be ready. I want so much that is not here and do not know where to go. Too often the people complain that they have done nothing with their lives and then they wait for somebody to tell them that this isn't so. Love is alright for those who can handle the psychic overload. It's like trying to carry a full garbage can on your back over a rushing river of piss. We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us. Anything is a waste of time unless you are fucking well or creating well or getting well or looming toward a kind of phantom love happiness. It was like the beginning of life and laughter. It was the real meaning of the sun. Each man's hell is in a different place, mine is just up and behind my ruined face. Beauty is nothing, beauty won't stay. You don't know how lucky you are to be ugly, because if people like you, you know it's for something else. People are strange, they are constantly angered by trivial things, but on a major matter like totally wasting their lives, they hardly seem to notice. Nobody can save you but yourself, and you're worth saving. It's a war not easily won, but if anything is worth winning then this is it. He asked, what makes a man a writer? Well, I said, it's simple. You either get it down on paper, or jump off a bridge. Understand me. I'm not like an ordinary world. I have my madness, I live in another dimension and I do not have time for things that have no soul. If you get married they think you're finished, and if you are without a woman they think you are incomplete. I had noticed that both in the very poor and very rich extremes of society the mad were often allowed to mingle freely. Nothing can save you except writing. It keeps the walls from failing. I wasn't lonely. I experienced no self-pity. I was just caught up in a life in which I could find no meaning. I didn't have any friends at school, didn't want any. I felt better being alone. I sat on a bench and watched the others play and they looked foolish to me.